Yeah, a lot of systems. There's been a preparation ever since Kennedy was assassinated for this time period. But now, will it be the end of this year? Will it be 2023? I think it's going to be between now and sometime between the end of 2023. All these shifts and all these changes are going to happen. And along with it, what's going to be occurring is that as the systems collapse, a new system, something that benefits, that was created for the benefit of all of humanity, is already in place. Now, you have to understand, and I need you to understand this, there is only one timeline, just one. I know there's people out there talking about all these other timelines. It isn't true. There's one, okay? That's why everybody in the Cabal, the Satanists, all of it, this is why they're shitting a brick, because they can't jump out of here. They can't run anywhere. This is it. They're done. They're trapped. They're caught. There is one timeline, and we're all on it. So this is it. You don't need to focus on any of that other stuff. It isn't real any longer. All right? The Alliance, all these benevolent space star people, they would not come in and put all their resources on 3 different timelines and roll the dice. That is not how they operate. Okay? They know exactly what they want to do and how it has to be done because they've done this before. Everything is now on one timeline, and this is where everything is going to go down. That's why you're seeing everything. This is why you're seeing the panic, the freakouts, all right? Because they have nowhere to go. They're trapped. It's done. It's over. All we have to do now is play it out and the cleanup. And the cleanup's already begun. If you've been watching the dominoes happen here for the last 2 weeks, it's going to get even more exciting. It really is. Now, there is all this technology that is in black projects. Healing technology, energy technology, all of this stuff. All of this technology had been stuck in something called Space Force. It was not official, it was off the books. And it's been off the books for 50 plus years.
There's Wisdom of Solomon 17:7. As for the illusion of art magic, they were put down, and the vaunting in wisdom was reproved with disgrace. Shalom, Kahala Yahweh, Bashem Yashai, Bashem Rakal Bardash. Double honors to my teachers, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and mercy to the elect, with the house of David reborn again in this generation. And shalom to the 130 Yasharala, who today are known as the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, who before losing our true heritage, we were known as, and still are, the true Hebrew Israelites of the Holy Bible. In today's lesson, we're going to go and talk about this video we just watched and what it means when it comes to the scriptures. Now, first of all, this is an older video from about the beginning of 2023, or 2023, excuse me. And this man, his name is Alex Collar. Now, when you get into who this man is, he is I guess you could call him a reporter, but he tends to, or an alien enthusiast, or a journalist. Okay, he basically talks about his encounter with these other beings from other realms. Now, the thing is you got to understand that this man, one, he may be lying, right? But he seems fairly genuine, and he continues to push the same narrative that the Satanists and the Cabal, as he said in this video, that they're shitting bricks. And why is that? Well, because the plans that they had to escape their destiny, their coming destruction, which they know is coming, has been cut off. And that is more likely what we're seeing with the CERN Large Hadron Collider and all the mishaps that they've been having and the unexpected shutdowns due to unforeseen cataclysms that have been happening, right? Along with all these other things that these Edomites, and when I say Edomites, I'm talking about the Caucasian race, right? Namely, like the Cabal, the 1%, the ones at the top who actually know what's going on, the ones who are delving into the dark arts because they understand that they have no place for repentance from the Lord. the top elites of the society, like he said, the Cabal. That's how they identify those people, right? The Cabal, and then you got the Satanists, who are basically their priests, right? The people who do all this wickedness. Well, this guy, Alex Collar, he's been saying for the last couple of years, you know, I've checked a couple of his videos, but he's basically been saying the same thing that this other guy from the Project Looking Glass whistleblower, I forgot his name. I made a video a couple of months ago regarding it. If you go back in my channel and you look up Project Looking Glass, you'll see it. But the guy in the Project Looking Glass, which was a military psychological project, which was basically remote viewing or viewing into the future and the past, and, you know, trying to change the outcome of the current timeline. Well, just like the Project Looking Glass whistleblower said, they found out that no matter what they do, no matter what they change or try to change, and, you know, whatever options they choose, they always come to the same timeline. They always come to the same end. And they know that they can't escape, but they're going to try anyways, because like the whistleblower said, they have nothing else to lose. Now, this man, Alex Collar, he said for the most part the same thing, okay? When you understand how these Edomites, you know, are trying to escape the coming judgment of the Lord, they are trying to create multiple timelines. I'm sure a lot of you, Akim, have run into the whole conspiracy theory about how we jump timelines, and you got the Mandela effect with the Berenstein Bears and the Berenstein Bears and all this different bullshit, which I'm sure there's some sort of validity to it, but not in the aspect that Esau considers it. And why do I say this? Why am I saying that these Edomites appear to be fooled? Well, because you see, the Bible gives an example of how the Lord uses these angels on the left-hand side, which we refer to as angels, and who people like Alex Collar refer to as the Palladians, the Greys, the Nordics, all these different names that these aliens, you know, species have been given, which again, all those aliens are left-hand angels, demons that are working for the Lord and are basically putting on a ruse. Well, like I said, those left-hand angels have set Esau up. Okay, they've made him believe a lie that he could escape and that he could prevail against the Lord. Well, there was another king of Israel, in this case, who thought he could, you know, go against the Lord, and the Lord ultimately struck him down. But the way he struck him down is that he deceived him, okay? And he deceived him by the left-hand angels. Let's go and read about that now. This is 2 Chronicles 18 and 19. And Yahweh said, "Who shall entice Ahab, king of Israel, that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead? And one spake, saying, after this manner, and another saying, after that manner. Then there came out a spirit, and stood before Yahweh, and said, I will entice him. And Yahweh said unto him, Wherewith? And he said, I will go out and be a lying spirit in the mouth of his prophets. And Yahweh said, Thou shalt entice him, and thou shalt also prevail. Go out and do even so. Now, therefore, behold, Yahweh hath put a lying spirit in the mouth of these thy prophets, and Yahweh hath spoken evil against thee." So you see, just as the Lord sent out these left-hand angels, these demons, to go after Ahab, the king of Israel, so that way he could believe a lie and he could ultimately fall in battle, the Lord is doing the same thing to these Edomites. This is why these Edomites have been doing all the craziness that they've been doing lately, right? With like I said, with the Large Hadron Collider, the CERN Super Collider, the SpaceX space explorations, trying to leave into space, building underground, military bases, these things known as the DUMBs, the deep underground military bases, right? These devils are trying to escape from this judgment that is coming, like I said. But again, they're not going to be able to, right? What's more than likely happen, like the man said, that the 3 timelines that they believed that they had are now one timeline, which is the timeline that we're currently on, which is the only timeline, right? So, these demons more likely probably gave Esau an explanation of why their magic isn't working anymore, right? Because that's ultimately what's going on, is that the magic that these Edomites have used to gain power politically, economically, militarily, right? Even through entertainment and whatnot, that no longer is doing the same things that it used to do. And we could see this, right? Just for example, look at Hollywood, right? Hollywood no longer has the enticement that it used to, right? It no longer pulls the people to its movie theaters, its stories, its propaganda. And why is that? Well, the Lord said it himself. He has broken the staff of the rulers. Okay, these Edomites' time to rule is over, Akim. And with that, like the man said in the video, systems are collapsing. Now, just like somebody who's going through a breakup, they're going to try to explain or give some sort of story to make it seem like it was their side and they're coming out. And that's what these devils more likely are doing, which is why he's saying that as the systems collapse, there's going to be something new there, right? Things that have been hidden for 50 years. And we know that's true. We know that these devils have hidden technology that could benefit humanity, and they use it for themselves. And there's about a 50 to 100 year gap between what the elite Edomites have in their possession to what the regular population have, right? Kind of like in that movie Elysium, where the elites who lived up in that space station, they had these medical beds which could heal them from anything that they had. Well, you better believe that these elites, these kings of Edom that currently rule the world, that they have technology which we have no idea of, right? They have technology that has come out, they bought it, and they shelved it for their own use. Okay, we're already seeing some of these weapons coming out now. These are the microwave frequency weapons that have been used in what is referred to as the Havana Syndrome, which is basically, like I said, a microwave weapon that Russia has been using against U.S. agents, and also U.S. agents have been using against foreign militaries. So the point being, Akim, is that these devils, they're at their wits' end. Their magic no longer is working, and they are finding out that they no longer have a chance to stand up against the Lord. Okay, they're not going to be able to run away. They are trapped here, as that man has said. This is Isaiah 47:12. Stand now with thine enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so, be thou shalt be able to profit. If so, be thou mayest prevail. And that's ultimately what the Lord's message to these devils are. These pagans, these Satanists, these Kabbalists, these Edomites, okay, who have labored in witchcraft from their inception, from the very beginning, okay? And now that when you look at their empire, it's filled with magic and paganism and all these things which are forbidden in the Bible. Well, the Lord is telling them, stand now with all of this power that you thought you could stand up against the Lord, right? Because what's happening is all the things, all the dynamics and the spiritual powers, the left-hand angels that allowed that magic to work are no longer doing what Esau thinks they should be doing, right? They're now on a different script. And what script are they on? Well, it's the Lord's script. And the Lord, just like he sent them out to trick the king Ahab of Israel, the Lord has sent these left-hand angels out to trick these Edomites so that way they can then fall and be destroyed. This is Micah 2:3. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, behold, against this family do I devise an evil, from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall ye go haughtily, for this time is evil. Now, when it says this family, it's talking about the Edomite race, okay? Because the Edomite race, who we know today as the Caucasian race, which also, by the way, includes the so-called Jewish people or the Israelis, they're all the same people, right? They all descend from Esau, who was the wicked twin brother of our forefather Jacob. Okay, well, the Lord has said He has set up a trap for these Edomites, right? Because when you look at the large picture, right, you have these Edomites who right now are trying to kill off the Israelites, right? Plus a lot of the other heathens in the world. But not only that, but they're failing at it. They're failing at satisfying the Israelite people. Okay, this is why you're seeing so much anger amongst the Israelite, nations. Okay, everybody is kind of coming up against these Edomites and starting to persecute them, and nobody's hindering that, because everybody knows that these Edomites are getting payback for what they've done in the past. And not only that, but when you look at who they still have in captivity, because again, we're not free here in this world, right? Everybody in this world, unless you're like a top elite, you are a tax slave, okay? You work for the overall system. Now again, unless you're like in a Edomite dominated country like Switzerland, you're more likely in servitude, okay? And if you're an Israelite, that is a definite, because again, we are not brought here to America or wherever we've been scattered out throughout the world to prosper, but only to be oppressed, okay? And the thing is the Lord, there's a law in the Bible that says if a man be caught in the possession of another man, that man shall be put to death. And these devils, they have us in their possession, okay? Like I said, you are not free here in America. You are a chattel slave, okay? You are a person, which is a legal fiction, or what is referred to as a straw man, a corporation, okay? And you're held here not under physical chains and bonds, but under legal and invisible bonds, which we cannot break, okay? Just try to get in a boat and sail away. Wait for the National Guard to come round your ass up, bring you back and find you, maybe even put you in jail for a while. But again, the point being is that these Edomites have, for the most part, fulfilled prophecy revealing who the real Edomites are, right? Because again, the real Edomites would be in rulership at the end of the world, right? When the Lord is about to come. And we all know from the signs and symbols and that the Lord is about to return. And who currently rules the world? Well, it's these Caucasians, hence the Edomites. Another prophecy of these Edomites is that they would steal the land of the Lord, and that they would cut it up and they would appoint it into their own hands. Okay, Ezekiel 36:5. Who right now currently is attempting to steal all the Holy Land of Israel? Right? That would be none other than your top tribe of Edom, the Amalekites, the so-called Israelis, which squarely points to them being the Edomites. Okay, this is that trap that the Lord has set up for these devils, right? So that's the evil that the Lord has set up. Once He reveals these Edomites for who they are, which is happening, you're starting to hear the term Edom and Edomites more around the internet. A lot of people are learning that who the true Israelites are and who the false Israelites are. I can't remember when was the last time I've heard the term Khazar used so readily in conversations amongst mainstream media when describing the Israelis. And why is that? Well, because you see the truth is now bearing fruit. This is Ezekiel 28:9. Wilt thou yet say before him that slayeth thee, I am a God? But thou shalt be a man, and no God, in the hand of him that slayeth thee. And that's what's going to ultimately go down. You see, these devils, thinking that they were going to be able to escape all the wickedness and devilish shit that they've done here, all the kidnapping, the murdering, the sacrificing, the destroying of the world, thinking that they were going to be able to bail on the people and go into another timeline where they could move on. That ship has sailed because it was a false ship, and that never was going to be a possibility. But these devils believed it, and now they're stuck. They're stuck here in the bed of their own consequences, and now they got to pay for what they sowed, right? They're going to reap what they sowed, I should say. So, hopefully, this lesson was edifying, Akim. Until the next time, I want to give all honor and glory and praises to Yahweh, B'Shem Yahshai, B'Shem Rukah Pardash. Shalom.